Thanks everyone for joining. Just for your information, as we mentioned on Discord, the protocol planning are now publicly available. So the link is on the event, and you can see the previous one that we did the previous weeks. This week's first, it's more like updates, but regarding our next release, V21, that will mainly brings the authenticated call support on connected chain. We now have audit scheduled this week for smart contract change. That was the main blockers we had for this. The remaining task will be merging one bug. There is one fix we have. It's open pull request, so should be able to merge this soon. Then we'll have to make official release in the product contract, disable the pre-compile for now for this release. And also, we should do this week, but we're gonna talk further with the team today about doing the V2 product contract migration this week on testnet, so we can ensure that everything is working well, and we don't need any other fixes on the smart contract side. Yeah, that's for V21. Next, Bitcoin. So that's the that we give to this call. But yeah, Charlie, you've been working on standard for the memo regarding Bitcoin inputs. Is there anything you want to bring in this call? So you made document a request for comments that is also public, and everyone is welcome to participate. Yeah, is there things you think we need to settle during this call? Or did you
Uh,
already do the transition, the
uh,
implementation?
yeah, so just some normal update from my side. Uh, I'm currently working on the implementation and also started a little bit unit test on it. But well, it takes a bit more time uh, to make the test coverage a bit better and also make the API a bit good for usage. Um, that's my update.
Okay. Do you think you can open up here soon? Like, not obviously like we need to be merged, but more something that we can see the current implementation.
Yeah, it's going to be soon, maybe today or tomorrow sometime.
Okay. Did we make things like well modular, like did the entire parsing library in specific package?
Yeah, it's in a package. It's
Okay.
different from. I mean, it's a separate place from observers, signers stuff.
Okay. Cool. Oh yeah. My want in the future to have it with other chain, same parsing library. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think so. But yeah. Cool. So just set it here.
Yeah, I have a question regarding this topic for Charlie. Is the following question: how do we track that different sections contain like different input? Like, how do we separate input? Like, how do we check that? Here's like section 5 has reached its end, and now we need to parse section 6, for instance.
How can we check that those bits?
Yeah. Do we have like any specific sequence of bits that represents like a separator between different sections?
Uh, we don't have those we don't have like separators things, but we do have some masks to help to extract those bit value. But ideally, the API should be, I mean, even simpler. Without having the users to know what's inside. it just I mean pushed argument and then get it
Yeah, yeah,
encoded
yeah.
or
I mean from encode and decode perspective. Lucas, could you please zoom this picture?
The picture, this one.
Yeah. Like here, look, we have, let's say, payload that is optional and revert address that is also optional.
yeah.
Like, and you're like implementing a library that allows to encode and decode this payload. How do you separate those chunks,
Oh,
payload
I
and revert
see.
address?
I see. So if like for say optional payload or revert address, so if you set that flag as false, then this piece of payload, I mean, or revert address will be just take out. It's gonna be nothing there, and consolidating all the remaining fields.
So in this design, it's not possible to have both payload and revert address at the same time.
Yeah, you can have both, or optionally one of them or none of them.
Yeah, and I still don't understand how you separate the boundaries between those structures.
Uh, we don't have a separator byte or things. If it doesn't exist, then we just take it out. But the order is fixed.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I'm good on that. I think we can discuss more on the theory gonna open. Yeah, for the rest, I think it's good. On tone support, any things you want to bring, Dimitri? Any discussion specifically on the PR you want to raise? What is called?
Yeah, sure. So I addressed most of the comments. Other discussions are open only because it's just more like an open-ended discussion rather than some proposal to fix something and to change something in my PR. And right now I'm working on gateway part again because as I mentioned earlier, we need to have some fixes there. First is that we need to separate some features from TSS signatures to authority signatures, so-called like admin wallet, right? That's task number one. And second, after this, I'm gonna work on gas usage optimization. We need to come up with a deterministic strategy for gas usage and also decrease gas usage when having huge cold data payload. And after those fixes, I can proceed to withdrawal implementation.
Okay. So this is the one you're working on around on the admin?
Yes, I'm gonna open a PR.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And so right now it's still blocking the this period for the withdrawal.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, let's prioritize like finishing the review for deposit. I think would be great. Also should do check quickly. I don't think it's gonna bring any issues for the next release, but we should just double check we don't change existing logic in our client.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean potentially sensitive change we leave non-audited for next release.
I don't we have any issues with this because like it's like a net new feature set that is subtracted from existing code base.
Yeah. All right. Solana improvements. So there are two next steps that we're gonna work on with Solana. So there will be support for fungible tokens, SPL tokens, and enabling smart contract call on Solana. Right now it's still in the proof of concept phase. You open peer, Stefan. Yeah, there is a point. I think it's gonna be discussion. It's gonna be uh, take more than the call. It's something we should check further after the call. But yeah, is there something specific you want to bring, Ryan, Stefan, on that? Is something also it could be blocking?
Uh, yeah, I mean, there are a couple of discussion points. I think, yeah, it's better if we continue on PR because there is like a full context. But the summary is that when calling other programs on Solana, here we want to have like a generic call. Uh, we need to put some accounts in order for that call to make sense because if program just receives some data, because it's stateless, it cannot change any accounts associated with that program. So um, yeah, probably best to continue here because there's like a bigger context. But yeah, that's a
Mhm.
summary. I was trying to find like a use case for this on-call function.
Okay. Yeah, we'll check further the problem. There's nothing I want to discuss in this call. I don't know if maybe someone else will work on Solana, something they want to bring. I don't know.
Yeah, so I think there's a bunch of decisions to make. So I'll follow up in the PR.
Okay.
Thanks.
And you worked on SPL token. Is there anything you want to bring on this?
A
Maybe.
bunch of minor touch-ups, but there's two things missing for SPL support. So one is the whitelisting stuff, but it's not hard to handle. The other is the uh, an issue of in Solana, if you transfer token to non-existent account, you have to create it and you have to pay rent. And there's a question like who pays for that, right? So that's the issues for
Okay.
full functionality of
So,
SPL token. Other than that, I think it's looking great.
all right. And yeah, I just wanted to know, make sure we aligned on who's working on what. Do you plan to do the work as well on the protocol side, or should we talk in team someone working on that? Or you're focused on the smart contract.
Sorry, is a question for me?
Yeah.
I think it's best. I mean, Charlie Chen has worked on this for Sol support. Maybe you can take that integration.
Yeah, I think I can take the integration. Also, there were a few changes that before this,
Mm-hmm.
which also requires reintegration
Um,
as well.
yeah, but you're on the Bitcoin side right now as well.
A bigger side.
Yeah, I think we should continue working on Bitcoin. Maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know, Stefan, you could have a look into this part since you started working a bit more into Solana.
yeah, sure. Yeah, let's
We,
discuss
um,
which issue is the best to take. The whitelist, but the whitelist is not yet ready on the smart contract, right?
yeah,
No, no.
basically, Pano is doing the work on the smart contract and doing
Hmm.
connection on the node. There is this, yeah, this one. And the
The idea we
end-to-end
essentially have
trace
whitelisting
to,
in two places. So it has to be whitelisted at the smart contract level and like the Zeta client level. Is that right?
no, the smart contract, you whitelist smart contracts, but it's like the token on EVM. With the EVM chain, it's basically a cross-chain transaction, admin cross transaction that will be sent to a signed whitelist.
Got it.
So
Okay.
there is a part of whitelist that is on the protocol side, but at the end, the core like functionality to whitelist is on the smart contract.
So it's triggered by
And
Zeta client, but the actual controls are on the smart contract.
yeah, and with protocol contract v2 EVM, we have some flexibility choosing who can be the admin. So it's a TSS, but it can also be a crystal admin. I think we should do the same for Sana. So we have a bit more flexibility at the beginning. Eventually, in the future, we just give this responsibility to TSS. But yeah, I think it's already maybe already the task.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check that.
So there is a little redundancy on the Zeta client side and the contract side. You need both to agree in order to make deposit and withdraw successful.
Okay. Yeah, and one last thing with Solana, I was wondering, like, we have the Go binding right now. We have some process to update those guidelines or the Go binding basically are updated. There is this task we still have for the release, like should update the binding with the interface changes that we did. Yeah, if I look at the code, so we have the contract, I think, so this package where you basically have the parsing of logic. Is there something we have documented somewhere, Charlie? Or we should update those uh yeah, depending on how we update the Solana contract.
I see. So this Go binding package, well, whenever there is a major, or at least a signature or structure change in the contract, we'll have to update this. And it's manually, it's a manual generated. I mean, it's a handwrite Go binding, not like Ethereum. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should probably consider moving this binding to the Solana repository because that's what we do for Ethereum contract as well. Every time you touch the contract, you probably need to touch the binding as well. And also, when you have the Go binding, right, the test in Go right now is in JavaScript. So the Go bindings itself, I don't know how they are tested. Maybe just an integration test.
Okay. Yeah, I think something we should have look into because there were some recent conversation about upgrading the contracts on testnet. But if we do that right now, I think that will just break the Solana on testnet because the code binding right now is not updated with the change we did in the interface. I think I can take some time to look for this specific task and reach out to you, Charlie, for some clarity on the different parts of the package.
yes, sure.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense to stay on Bitcoin right now. Yeah, I can just reach out to you if there are things that's unclear on this part.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good on Solana. There is the mainnet integration go live, but I think we can discuss with the team later today. Yeah, universal staking, Borja, anything on this? We had some recent conversation on Slack about thing
Yeah.
on the fungible.
Yeah. It was finally decided that the distribute functions and withdraw of the reward is going to be part of the staking precompile. So because it makes sense, like logically, everything related to the staking and rewards and everything like that is related to the same contract, to the same precompiled contract. And right now, what I'm working is in the prerequisite to the distribution function, which will be instead of locking the tokens, the CRC20s in the staking or the bank, they are going to be locked under the fungible address, the fungible address in the Zeta IBM. So yeah, I'm working on providing the fungible keeper these functions, this high level API like lock tokens, unlock tokens, and also some helper functions like check the allowance, check the balance, so we can work with CRC20s from the fungible keeper. And yeah, I'm almost finishing that part. I will provide a test suite so we know that it's working, and then start the distribution function, which should be much easier.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. So just to summarize, like fungible, the entire logic of locking the ZRS20 and minting the Cosmos coin, it's fully in the fungible module, and the bank and staking precompiles there, like intermediary that communicate with this with the fungible module to lock the token.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, there isn't anything else I think on universal staking. So you're doing the claim and distribute in the same peer right now, or?
No. First, I
Okay.
I just open a PR with the prerequisites, and then I will open a different PR for distribute and claim.
Cool. Cool. Simulation tests. Tanu is working on that. He's on vacation right now, but yeah, some updates. We actually opened an entire epic for it. Initially, Sultan has just been working on adding those just for the Cosmos SDK module, as we discussed. There's open here, but I think, yeah, Borja, you already have looked into it. I don't know, Stefan, if you know you have some experience with Cosmos SDK in the past, I think that would make sense for you to check this one as well.
Yeah, I already
Um,
started this PR
okay,
today. Yeah.
cool. Yeah, in general, so I know it's just adding the Cosmos SDK message, but we create entire epic to add also our own message simulation. And yeah, I think that makes total sense to prioritize this one right now because that's very good way to actually test all the functionalities of the blockchain. So yeah, nothing special on that. Tammy is gonna have some focus on it. Maybe yeah, I will discuss with you, Charlie, Macron, if we can see something can be yeah, worked outside. Yeah, that's all for simulation tests. And we have some time. I just wanted to make a quick check up on the release. Uh, yeah, so the main priorities for the next release: universal staking, time integration. Since we will do the smart contract V2 migration, there will be some work basically on removing all the logic we have with V1. So basically V20 and V21, there will be some time where V1 and V2 will be both supported, but from V22, we're gonna start removing the support for V1 of the smart contracts. Yeah, and then different improvements on Solana and Bitcoin, and some other various tasks. There is this one, for example, different chains like the relying on the block numbers, confirmation numbers for confirmed transaction. So instead, relying on the actual rules of the protocol, like you have the checkpoints for Ethereum and for some other chain. So put this one for this next release. And yeah, that's it. Some other task.
Yeah, just to add to that, one of the things we discussed before was sort of we have all these features that are kind of in flight, but as they get wrapped up, really focusing around sort of testing both for those features and just for the testing reliability for the protocol and those features in particular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, yeah, Dmitry created this one. We'll do an official like proper doc for all the propositions, the concert design for improving that client. So yeah, we used to have this big epic for all the stuff for that client, but we're gonna just make things well documented, and so we will have a better direction for that client that we can call that client V2. Completion of it will not be for this release for sure. I think we can make progress on the doc and yeah, make all the improvement for that client for the upcoming release for the rest of the year. And yeah. All right. Anything else regarding next milestone or any other discussion points someone wants to bring? Well, if not, I think we can wrap up unless there are some questions from the call attendees.
There's one person who requested to speak. So if no one else has anything else to bring up, I'm going to add Saren in to speak.
Okay. And Jonathan and the question. Okay, no, you answered Jonathan's question, right? Yeah. Yeah, feel free to give.
I clicked it.
Right.
They haven't
Okay.
joined in yet. We're over time. So.
That's a wrap. Good stuff.
I mean, the call we increase it for 45 minutes, I think, for next time. This time it was a bit faster, but in general we go more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, I reset the last time. I forgot to update it. I added it.
Okay. Cool. Thanks everyone. And,
Thank you. Bye.